Absolutely. We got Mike Black on the line from Fifth Quarter College Football covering Oregon. And of course, the floodgates are about to open here with the dead period ending at the end of May. All the visitations, the first few weekends of June, and all sorts of news going to be hitting the wire and flying all over the place at the end of June into July. Kevin Coleman's a guy that everybody's high on, but you don't necessarily think Oregon's got a great shot.
I think we have an outside chance at him, mainly because a lot of the same teams interested in Coleman are also interested in Evan Stewart. So Evan Stewart and Kevin Coleman's recruitments kind of could play like side to side without being like they're not a package deal or anything, but their recruitments impact each other. Similar to, I don't know if you're familiar with Johnny Manziel and Marcus Mariota's recruitment. They didn't want to take away from each other. That's why Johnny Manziel ended up going to Texas A&M, because Mariota's best offer was Oregon. Manziel had more offers than Mariota, even though they were similarly ranked out of high school. And they were good friends after some quarterback camps. They didn't want to take away from each other. One went the other way, and that saved space in Oregon's class for Marcus Mariota, which both ended up winning Heismans, both ended up being great players. But this could be a similar situation. Evan Stewart is a composite 5-star. 247 has him as a 4-star. Same thing for Kevin Coleman. And Kevin Coleman out of Missouri? Montana? Which one was
Missouri.
that? Missouri. Kevin Coleman out of Missouri and Evan Stewart out of Texas. So I think we have a slightly better chance with Kevin Coleman. But we need like Alabama to possibly land Stewart for us to get that. If Alabama lands Stewart, my confidence in landing Kevin Coleman would increase exponentially, because then Alabama's got one less spot for a wide receiver. They're maybe not pushing quite as hard for Kevin Coleman. It's similar to how Clemson did with Justin Flo. They didn't think they had Flo. They got a commitment from another linebacker. Didn't push Flo as hard. Flo ended up going between USC and Oregon. So because you fill up with a player elsewhere, it gives opportunity for other schools to jump in. And I'm hoping it works out that way for us when it comes to Kevin Coleman. I would love to have him. I don't understand why we're throwing so many wide receiver offers out for these classes, though. We just pulled in the best wide receiver class Oregon's ever brought. Before that, we have Micah Pittman on roster. We have Jalen Redd on the roster now. A lot of these guys are going to be leaving. A lot of them are going to be staying. You have Devin Williams out of USC. USC's got a loaded wide receiver room. They might lose another player to transfer here in a year or two. Like, we have so much on the roster. I don't understand. Like, we offered some kid out of Utah, unranked, and we've sent him offers and got crystal balls for him. And it's just like, we have a surplus at that position, but we're short at, say, defensive tackle. We just lost Jordan Scott, and we're not sure who's playing defensive tackle for us, and we're not sure if they're going to be up to snuff with what we want. But instead, we're offering like 5 wide receivers, and we have like 1 defensive tackle offer out. So it's recruiting is always weird. And like you said, this month of June is going to be insane. We're going to see decommitments. We're going to see commitments. We're going to see flips, transfer portals as these spring camps are coming to fruition. I expect to see maybe a quarterback transfer, but maybe not.